Hey, welcome everyone to another episode of Water Fed Wednesday. Here we are at episode 41, where we have Jose Perez with Window Magic.
Hello there.
Thanks for joining us live and
Yeah.
in the flesh. So, a little different than our usual programming. We have Jose here visiting with us. We are having for those who don't know, Window Magic is one of our distributors out in the San Diego area in Escondido, right?
Yep. That's Ganita.
And so we're having them over as guests, going over some product training. I know Cody is here as well. Cody Downs. How's the trip been so far?
Fantastic. I got in a little late last night. I thought it was gonna be colder. I'm glad it wasn't freezing. At least from my experience, it hasn't been freezing. Yeah, and then coming to the shop, into the warehouse, amazing. Very impressed by you guys' setup. Mm-hmm.
Well, awesome. So, if this is the first time you've been, are you joining us? Welcome. We have, as I mentioned, this is episode 41, so 40 other episodes. Best place to view them is on our YouTube channel, uh, where we have 40 episodes with guests, or we talk about our products, talk about what's going on in the industry in general. So that's Tucker_USA over at YouTube. So welcome aboard. So Jose, just kind of wanted to go into some of your history and the industry, obviously with Window Magic being one of our great dealers out in the West Coast. So maybe if you wouldn't mind just sharing with us how you got into the window cleaning.
Yeah, for sure. I was looking for a job early on, just kind of trying to move away from the retail. It's funny that we came back into retail, but I was trying to get away from the retail side of it and do more, just be outside more and that kind of thing. So I applied to Window Magic when it was just a window cleaning company. Didn't really know what I was applying to at first. I just saw that there's like trucks and there's like solar panels involved. So I was like, yeah, I'll go in for an interview. Met Randy, and then I was just blown away since then. The passion that's there, the passion that she exudes. Yeah, I loved it. I did that for about 6 years or so, part time, then going into full time. And then I decided I wanted to hang up my hat with the window cleaning, hang up my squeegee, and but at the same time, it so happened that she had the store happening. She had the store going on, and she wanted to expand more of the online business. So I just finished school and I ventured that way, and one thing led to another, and now here we are.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's very cool. So you've been doing it for, what did we discuss over lunch?
Yeah, it was 12 years now.
12 years. So it's
Yeah.
gone by pretty quick. So you
Yeah.
started as a window cleaner in San Diego area, transitioned to the supply side.
Hmm.
Now, do you still venture into the window cleaning world?
I do. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So there's this big job that we do. That's the one I still do. I'm now I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but I'm not afraid of heights. Let's put it that way. So I do a lot of the third story ladder work still.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's awesome. So you're in that cool position where you're kind of on both sides of the counter, if you will.
Right.
You're on the retail side, and yet you get to still go out and clean windows. So that most like that obviously helps in what you do with Window Magic on the supply side, right?
Exactly. Yeah, because I'm customer facing, so I talk to customers all day long. So I'm really able to put myself in their shoes and see some of the struggles that they're going to be facing, whether that be with pole work. Sometimes I forget how hard pole work was to figure out at first.
Yeah.
So I can definitely relate with that, the little tricks and what they can do to make that not such a painful process.
Sure.
Mhm.
Sure. So what is it like splitting that time up? Is it seasonality, or is it like one day you're at the shop and like, oh,
Oh, gotcha.
gotta put my Superman cape on and
Yeah.
help out with the jobs? What's that
Right.
split like?
Yeah. So it's easier if I just like Thursdays is when I do window cleaning.
Okay.
The rest of the time, including some weekends, I devote my brain power to the supply side. Hmm. So that'd be more of the day-to-day tasks of how can we make this process cleaner, as far as like fulfilling orders or display products, labeling products, how that whole workflow goes, um, listing products, some of the marketing stuff. How do we make it known that we have sales, or how do we reach customers from where they're at, that kind of thing. Yeah, so I venture all over when it comes to the supply side.
Oh, nice, nice.
Hmm.
So, can you go into maybe the history on the window magic side? You talk about Randy.
Hmm.
For those who uh, are new to the industry, maybe you're not familiar with Randy Teakin. Fantastic person. If you have gone to some of the IWCA shows, especially if it's more towards the West Coast, uh, uh, get a chance to, or if you have talked to her, no doubt you share the sentiments. She's fantastic, and definitely recommend if you're in the area, go visit and talk with her. Uh, Great resource in the industry. So maybe you can talk a little bit about window magic, and maybe uh, if you know, kind of the history of what led to the retail side.
Yeah, sure. So the company, the Window Magic as a whole entity, started in 1986 by her husband Steve, and then he worked at, until I believe the 90s, 91, 92 is when Randy came along, and then she became a window cleaner, and then from then on I'm kind of hazy up until about 2013, no, 2008 or so. I think is when Justin came on. He started becoming the operations manager of the window cleaning. And then at the time, they were getting all the supply through ABC Window Cleaning. And there's also a local shop there that was called Bradley's Window Cleaning, or Brad's something. It was a supply store essentially.
Okay.
And they shut down.
Okay.
So then some of the local resources that we were able to access weren't there anymore. And we had Justin and Danny, who was another window cleaning technician. They went up to Randy and were like, "Hey, you should probably open up a store. It's a pretty good time right now. You should look into doing it." And Randy, she was like, "Yeah, like she is like the most amazing hustler, the biggest hustler I've ever met." So yeah, she's super nice, but she works hard, super resilient. Yeah, so then she started it up. I was cleaning windows just bi-curiously here and there. So I saw a little bit of the beginning of the supply store, and it was just like a little corner of the shop where we used to make screens, and you know our supply, like our window cleaning supply, would just be like stored there somewhere, and then slowly it just became bigger and bigger and bigger, and and here we are.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So it was here kind of necessity out of, even for yourselves, you didn't have really someone, a local source to go to. And as most entrepreneurs, they see a problem and they have a solution. So
Exactly.
and it's great to hear that Window Magic. I mean, that's since 1986. It's quite a long time.
Yeah.
So maybe talk about the customer service aspect side. We're talking about customer service in the retail, but obviously to be that long on the service side, that probably has to be one of the most dominant things to the business, right? Customer, taking care of the customer.
As far as like the window cleaning customers?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I see. Gotcha. I mean, so it's I guess the first thing that comes to mind is that there are two different types of customers that we encounter, right? Me personally, you have the window cleaner, that's a customer, and then we have the window cleaning residential customer that wants their windows cleaned. One is more with the window cleaning residential customers. I find myself that I almost want them to forget that I'm there. It's a luxury service. I want them to just live their life. I'm gonna handle it, and you don't have to look at me. You don't have to worry about me. I'm gonna do a good job. It's funny because some of that, like, it'll backfire if you make yourself too unknown. So if they're there, sometimes I'll put on an extra show, right? Like maybe make a little bit of noise, like, "No, I'm still here. I'm still working." Like believe me, like I am getting all the high corners behind the blinds. Like I am here. Like I am opening the window and cleaning out the tracks. So so some of that, you just have to amplify a little bit more.
Right.
And then going to the window cleaner side, one thing I noticed with window cleaners, going back to the entrepreneurial spirit, is that so many of them are so entrepreneurial, and they are ready to get after it. And I find that energy intoxicating. They are, they don't, they, so many of them, they don't buy into the fluff. They want something that works and they work solid,
Yeah.
something that they can trust. Because they're at the end of the day, when they're at the job and the simplest little piece breaks, that can ruin the whole day. Now they have to add hours onto this job,
Right.
go find the piece that broke, so that they can finish what otherwise should have been a simple job.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's so crucial why you guys are there. Maybe talk a little bit more of the. Obviously, people can come in, buy the equipment, but talk about the customer service side on, say, when there's issues do pop up. How do you guys help the local window cleaning community there and solar community there?
Okay, gotcha. So the first thing, we want to place ourselves in their shoes. What do they have a crew? Is it one of their employees that has the issue? What's happening? So we start from where they're at. We meet them where they're at, and then I essentially walk through the entire process with them, being super abstract. Walk through the process through them. So if it's they have a problem with their tucker system or whatever it may be. Okay, it's giving me super high readings. I've changed the resin 50 times. I don't understand what's happening. What can you help me out? Yeah, we will. Okay, so what's the first thing? First, let's see what the problem is. So we'll hook it up to the spigot. We'll run it. We'll see. Okay, start troubleshooting the system with them. I like to have them with me.
Yeah.
So they can see exactly what's happening. So even when they're out on the field, they know, okay, if I just check this, if I just check that, so they don't have to waste their time to come out. At the end of the day, if I could get them in front of the job with absolute confidence and empowered by a knowledge of how to deal with the problems that may arise, then I've done my job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. So that not only it's a storefront, you can come in, buy the equipment, but really full service from buying it and of walking through any of the issues. That one of the frequent things is ROs. If they're going through a lot of that DI, then most likely something happened to the RO.
Right.
And that's a little bit why you're here, right? We're deep diving into a lot of these issues that people are facing, and what we are, in essence, beta testing here is to have authorized dealers such as Window Magic to be quote unquote certified in repairs. So when you do have an issue with water fed equipment, obviously we pride ourselves on great customer service here at the headquarters, but we know that's not. Sometimes there's time differences, and you'd rather be able to go somewhere in person and have somebody check it out.
Exactly.
Get that extra pair of eyes that's seen it like you guys have seen it. And I know there's a lot of times I see the Facebook posts. You guys have quite a bit of equipment just for repairs, right? Fittings, things of that nature. So if you're out in the field in the San Diego area, Escondido, and you having an issue with your water fed system, head on over to Window Magic.
Yeah, go see our toolbox. We have all our little doodads in there.
Yeah, and they'll get you taken care of. Absolutely. We were chatting a little bit at lunch. Maybe some of the issues you're seeing, with water fed has obviously become super popular over the past few years. What are some of the trends that maybe you're seeing in the decade plus about adaptation of water fed? And then, you guys obviously have full scope of tools, right? Traditional and water fed.
Right.
So maybe what are some of the rookie mistakes that you're seeing?
When it comes to water fed?
Right.
Yeah. So putting all the maintenance and all that aside, because that has its own, rookie mistakes that can be done there. As far as technique goes, the one thing I see often is that people lose contact with the glass. So it's easy to get the top, it's easy to get the center, but at the bottom, just the way you come down with the pole, it's so often that they lose contact at the bottom there,
Okay.
and then they don't get a good scrub, and then it bounces off the sill, and then it bounces back onto the glass, and now you have all kinds of spotting down at the bottom of the glass. That would be the number one thing I see. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
100%.
So more technique issues, and I think I've talked with several retailers. We'll have people come into the industry. Water fit is great, and they grab it thinking this, $3,000 kit. They can
Right.
make 150 grand, whatever it is, and what we're seeing is that maybe they don't do such a great job.
Mhm.
So you're saying basically understand the basics, right?
Right. Mhm.
And that's one of the basics, like making sure you have the right contact, the brush on the glass. You mentioned a good key point, the overspray.
Mhm.
I think especially now we have a lot of people who are adopting it and say maybe the pressure washing world
Oh,
where
right.
pressure is king, and they think,
Yeah.
oh, this little stream that's not going to do anything. I want more pressure, so they
Right.
add more pressure to
Yeah.
the window or the water fed brush, and it splashes
Mhm.
on the brick or whatever, goes
Yeah.
back in the window. Oh, spotting. Water fed's no good.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right.
So
Yeah.
essentially, just gotta learn the basics, right?
Mhm.
And so
And lingering a little bit on that pressure issue. So one thing we'll see. So where do I start? Okay, so with resin, so some guys will start off with resin. We used to have a solid company out there that would you could rent out these tanks, and then you just use it's just a big 1.6 gallon, or not gallon, cubic foot
right.
tank, and it was just all resin, and then they get the most amazing pressure coming out of it.
Yeah.
Then they switch over to an RO because it just becomes more economical, more it just makes more sense for the business. And they're like, the pressure is just not there. This system doesn't work. And it's like, oh no, I mean, that's one thing that I have to remind people as they're exploring that journey or going down that journey, is that you are going to lose some pressure going through an RO, but you are, extending the life of your resin, and that's the trade-off that you're getting there.
Yeah.
Also, that's so much more mobile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's another education piece.
Yeah.
For sure, and especially in your area, in California in general. I've talked with a lot of cleaners out there, say the same thing. Oh, man, this doesn't work. RO doesn't work.
Yeah.
But what we generally find is pressure at the water source
Yeah.
is reduced to preserve the water, right?
Right.
Obviously, you have water,
That too.
not enough
Mhm.
water, so
Right.
you want to preserve what you do have.
Yeah.
And I think there's one customer that just doesn't work until he found a job that it was unregulated tap.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And he was like,
oh no.
"Oh, this is amazing."
Yeah.
So it was really a pressure issue. So
Right.
there's where boost pumps come in. So,
Exactly. And then one more note on that is that we've had customers, they come from the East Coast and they're used to these, little resin, CR spotless canisters, and they're getting like months out of them. And then they come out to our area and they're like, I get like 2 jobs out of it, and then that's it. So that's one thing. That's another thing that I have to tell people is, in our area, I know you could get really extended life out of your resin in other parts of the area, in parts of the country, but in our area, they don't last very long. So I try and stay clear of the resin only kits, because they just, unfortunately, just in our area, just is not going to last that long. You're going to spend more money down the line.
Not only that, more money, but time, because
Exactly.
swap out, especially when you have a cubic foot tank, you're out in the field, all of a sudden you hit a job that's just shoots it through the roof.
Yeah.
Even if you have resin with you, you have to figure out you gotta hose it out. Are you gonna put all of the customer's driver? Of course not.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of issues with it.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is, come down, see you guys, and you can definitely talk them through the whole process. As far as if you're ready to make that investment, see Window Magic, and I see Randy just joined in. So
there you go.
Hi, Randy. Just have that conversation first. That's what's so great about having partners such as your company, is that it is an investment, and you want to see the stuff in person too. Uh, so that's just huge having you guys available to the community. So
Hmm.
we appreciate that. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, again, you sell both traditional and purified systems. Do you think the modern day cleaner just can go with pure water technology, or what do you think if someone says comes into your shop today and says, "Hey, I want to get into window cleaning. Can I just buy this pure water system?"
I see.
What do you think?
Yeah, I see. I'm a traditionalist, so I have to state my bias
Yeah.
is that you learn the basics first, squeegee and mop. You figure that out, then you could do anything.
Okay.
Uh, but water fed will at the end of the day, that's like the kind of the moneymaker, especially if we're dealing with. So we have Rancho Santa Fe that's out there, so it's really big homes, and then it's all French panes, all little cutouts,
Yeah.
and that's where you get yeah, use water fed. That's gonna save your not only your elbows and your wrists, but it's gonna
Yeah.
save you so much time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or I should say that the other way around. But yeah.
Yeah. So there's times that definitely waterfed will help out on, especially on the exteriors. You're talking about cut ups. Oh,
Yeah.
such a life changer, because when I got into waterfed, we had up in Denver. There's a community, Cherry Hills Village, and that's all they like to put in their houses are French
Yeah.
panes. And I was able to do 11,000 square foot house on the exterior. All by myself by 11 o'clock.
Mhm.
And then I had to go in with a crew of three that was still
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
in
that good
there.
old I'm
Yeah.
gonna be here
So
all day.
it's such a lifesaver, but
Yeah.
definitely, I think um, a window cleaner, if you're going to be a window cleaner and offer more than exterior services, there is that, you know, the need to invest in the knowledge of traditional tools as well.
Hmm.
So definitely uh, head on down and talk with you guys about the trad options. Maybe you can talk a little bit about um, some of the issues you a window cleaner with pure water might face out in the coastal areas.
Hmm.
Um, Here, we have more just dust, but I think you guys have a little more uh, issues with the salt air, right?
Yeah.
Um, what brushes do you find are the most common out on the West Coast there?
Yeah. The brushes, the most common is the hybrid brush. So, the bore in the middle and the nylon on the outside. That's the most common I see. But have quite a few guys that do the boards only. Not so many use nylon only.
Right.
Yeah. So it's usually there's always some boar hair involved, whether it be real or synthetic. Yeah, just because we have a lot of bird droppings out there. So then that gets bird. I don't know if that's exclusive to our area. I've heard it kind of is, but it's like this little yellow, you know, like sticky little stubborn little stain on
Yeah.
the glass that is the nightmare for everybody and
Yeah.
that deals with it. Uh, so we have to have like something that's a little more aggressive. People have played with stiffer brushes. I'm be really interested to see how that honey badger does
Okay.
on that stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah, usually there'll be a scrub pad on the backside of the brush.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. I know the boar hair brush. A lot of guys will use that. Obviously, the issues with the wearing is there.
Yeah.
Hybrid is a good blend. In fact, the nylon, you mentioned nylon. Tucker, since 1957, was known for the DuPont bristled nylon brush,
Hmm.
and many people are shocked. But we went away from the nylon brush. I want to say 2 years ago. Um, that used to be the brush in every pole, but the conversations I was having with people was like, yeah, it's a great brush, maintenance only.
Mm.
Here, get this. So
Yeah.
that's many are wondering why we've gone away from it. It's one of the least requested brushes, but it's interesting. There's still some faithful to it.
Yeah.
Um, but that's why we went with the synthetic boar hair brush, the Glide.
Hmm.
One of the first ones to come out with that. And I think you might start seeing more of that. It, being adopted. But the honey badger that you mentioned, I think that would be fantastic in your area because of that extra scrub. It's almost like a synthetic hybrid, if you
Yeah.
will, that has been really well received, especially out in that area.
Hmm.
So again, if you're just joining us, we have Jose here with Window Magic. Window Magic is a supply store, a retail that you can actually go to, pick up equipment, and also get a great support there. If you're having your water flood system or any other issues, definitely go over to Window Magic in Escondido. You're in the San Diego area, right?
Yep. Hmm.
Okay. Uh, Also, I think you have like once a year you do like a customer appreciation kind of thing.
Oh yeah, our yearly anniversary. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's fun. It's a fun one. Hmm.
So, what kind of goes on in that? Is it a whole day experience? What tell us more about that? When is that coming up?
Yeah, it's usually in August.
Okay.
The day varies, but it's usually like August 7th, 8th, 18th, somewhere around that time. Um, yeah, so it's pretty much just a party essentially, and with the sale. So then we have like giveaways, and we do like a whole like raffle going on, and then we have like a little spin the wheel happening, and then usually we have like a guest speaker or two, so they'll
Okay.
come by and the main thing we try to focus on is just being safe. We at the end of the day, we don't want anybody to hurt themselves doing this.
Yeah.
We be aware of the risk and hazards. I feel like sometimes just we're like broken records, like avoid power lines. Don't inspect the panels before you do it. Job risk assessment.
Yeah.
All those things are very very important. Like you just have to do them, and you have to. And then we try and just showcase like the realities of not doing it. Some of the unfortunate things that has happened in our industry from not doing those kind of things. And then it's unfortunate because all these something like an accident happens when you least expect it to. That's kind of why that's what an accident is, right?
Yeah.
And you just can't be lackadaisical when you're dealing with long poles near electricity.
Yeah.
And you need to know where those power lines are.
Yeah.
So usually we devote a decent chunk of our anniversary event to that. And then you get tacos and you meet some of the other guys and you see
Right
some
on.
of the other build outs that happen. You talk to other window cleaners and get ideas. Because we have wide range of people who are just starting out in the business. As somebody just saw something on TikTok, they decided to go the water fed route. We see quite a bit of that, and now the water fed cleaning customers are door knocking, they're making it happen. And then you show up to our event and then you see guys that started off that way, but now they have $100,000 build that they roam around with in a multi-crew guy or multi-person crew.
Yeah.
And then you get more knowledge and you get to see some of the ways you can increase your own business and how to grow your own business. And seeing those two worlds clash and come together,
Yeah.
it's a good time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep that in mind if you're in that area around August. I know you guys will post it. Definitely check that out. I always encourage networking. Um, you know, there's plenty of glass out there. So I know there's sometimes people might fear, I don't want to give away my secrets.
Mhm.
I talked to somebody recently, they're saying the same thing. And totally, if that's how you feel, respect it. But at the end of the day, I think there's more glass, more solar panels than anyone can clean. So if
Mhm.
why not? I appreciated the help what I got when I first came into the industry, and if I can ever share any kind of knowledge that way, help somebody else out because you just never know how that can come around. That's how I got a lot of my business when um, I was coming up in the Denver area. Sometimes people can't get to everything, right? So
Right.
you kind of farm out that work. So
Yeah.
uh, yeah, if you're definitely in the area, check out the event in August. Truly appreciate you guys as partners. Really one of our premier partners out in the West Coast. Um, so
Yeah,
any
you guys are awesome to work with too, by the
we
way.
appreciate that. Yeah. So again, Jose is here. He's on behalf of Window Magic. We're looking to find ways to work with our dealers, get them. You have a wealth of experience, but working through a kind of a beta program here of training, so we can, for many of the companies that are out in the field, they're always looking for someone local they can go to and trust, and work on this equipment. So we're glad to have you guys here. So
Yeah.
thanks, Randy, for letting Jose come out. Really appreciate it. We appreciate your time and coming
absolutely.
on here with us.
Yeah.
So guys, it's been great having you sit in and chat with us. We appreciate everything. I hope you guys are out there staying safe. And again, if this is the first time joining us, please check out all our previous episodes on our YouTube channel at Tucker_USA. And we'll chat with you later. Take care. Bye-bye.